Hey guys, it's Randomizer here, and today we're going to be talking about my experience with playing Minecraft on a void-only world for 30 days now. So, the last time I did this, I went an exact week, a full Minecraft week of just surviving off of a 3-block only world, and that was it. It was just nothing but 3 blocks. And other than that, it was complete void and abyss beyond those 3 blocks. So I managed to survive 7 days, and I survived 7 days. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about what it was like to survive 30 days. I'm going to tell you all what it was like to survive 30 days in hardcore Minecraft when it's complete void. It was just the Minecraft void in 3 blocks, and I survived 30 days on it. I'm going to be telling you all that experience in this video right now. However, I just want to say this. The actual gameplay footage that was supposed to be used in this video got corrupted, so I can only talk about the experience today, but really trust me when I say this, I really did do the challenge. I completed the whole 30-day challenge, and I completely finished it and everything. So I actually did do this challenge, even though I'm not showing any gameplay footage, unfortunately for it. So I'm not showing any gameplay footage for this challenge because my footage got corrupted. But anyways, I survived 30 days in 3-block hardcore survival, and this is what happened. So keep in mind that it was just 3 blocks, and by the way, we're starting back on day 7. Actually, no, we're gonna start back on. So I started back on day 6, and the reason why I did that is because I actually died in the first playthrough I showcased. So the first 7-day challenge, I died on day 10, so I had to restart the world. I had to get all my progress back, and so basically I ended up back on the 3-block only world. It was a little bit different this time. This time it was a piece of bedrock, then a command block, and next to that was a glowstone block that if you broke it, not only would it give you glowstone pieces back, but it also keep on regenerating. And so that's what I did. So all I did throughout days 7, 8, and 9, or no, I did this throughout, 6 days, 6, 7, 8, 9, get all my, I already had like a shit ton of blocks, but days 6, 7, 8, 9, I was just getting even more blocks. And then when day 9, like halfway through day 9, I crafted all of those glowstone pieces into stacks upon stacks of building blocks. And what I did is I used those blocks to build a bridge out to a village. So the goal of the next 30 days is to get to a village and secure that point. So I wanted to get to a Minecraft village because the resources there are really good. And keep in mind, I'm on hardcore difficulty, so if I die, the world gets deleted. I have to start all over again. And what I mean by that is that I have to start on a brand new world, and this series is over if I die. If I die during the video, it's completely over. However, thank God I didn't. Throughout the 30 days, I didn't die. So what I did was I built a 3-block wide bridge that went almost 1,000 blocks to a village. So I was able to build out to a village. I connected the bridge to a house. I dismantled the house. That took about 5 days. So now we're on day 14 now. So now we're on day 14, and I dismantled the house, and I basically expanded the... Now, keep in mind that this village was just houses. There was no actual, floor. Nothing was holding this village up except for the houses still being there. And basically what I did is I dismantled one of the houses, then I used that to build a platform, and I made sure that the platform was disinfected of any mobs, of any, hostile creatures, because those can take me out of the game quite early on. And keep in mind that I can't get my world back if I die, so if I want to survive here, so if I don't want to get knocked into the void, or if I don't want to get absolutely slaughtered by a hostile, I just disinfected the platform to make sure that no mob would take me out. And my biggest concerns early on were of the creeper and the skeleton, because those mobs are a mob that you do not want to encounter on hardcore, especially in the sky. Let's just say that. You don't want to be up in the air, stranded in the void, and having to deal with a creeper or a skeleton, because those could take you out very quickly in a snap, in the blink of an eye even. And it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Yeah, it's just, you don't want to deal with those overall on a world like that. So I made sure to, light up the platform that I lit up the platform that I built. I made sure to build it out of slabs, and I made sure that there wasn't too many spawnable areas where a ton of mobs could spawn at once and absolutely, come into me. I just didn't want that to happen, because if the creeper exploded, because an explosion of the creeper, like if I were to ever get near a creeper without armor on hardcore difficulty, I'd be gone in a split second, or a little bit, I'd be gone like a second, or maybe even less, a little bit less, tiny bit less than a second. I could be absolutely eliminated from the game of Minecraft, and I don't want to die early on, so I made sure to expand my platform. On day 20, I dismantled another house. It took about 3 days from days 18, or it took about from days 19 to 20 to, dismantle a house, and then on day 21, I started to build out a platform. Once again, making sure that, no mobs were on it, no mobs were on the platform, and day 21, day 22 was kind of just an AFK day, and I actually did, in one area, get a shit ton of mobs to spawn, on the platform that I built, despite me, stating that I don't want it, I don't want mobs to spawn on the platform that I built, but a shit ton of mobs did anyway. So what I did is I camped inside the house that I declared, in the village. I basically just called a house in the village my home. I made sure to, expand out to it and platform, basically platform out to it, you would call it. And I basically secured it, and I camped out in the house, and I waited for most of the mobs to despawn. So basically what I did is I just, skeletons and zombies burn away during the day. Spiders are non-hostile during the day. And creepers, if you know what you're doing, they're fairly easy to deal with if you know what you're doing. And witches, well, you gotta just pretty much wait for them to despawn and go away. You gotta either A, trick them off your island, knock them off your island into the void, or B, just wait for them to go away and despawn. So A, knock them off the island, which is nearly impossible to do at the condition that I was at. B, you also want to make sure that, you want to just have it despawn. Just wait for it to despawn. It takes some time, but you want to make sure the witch just goes away and keeps her distance from you. And when it does try and attack you, take cover and hide, because the witch can take you out immediately as well. So I also want to make sure that doesn't happen. I want to also not deal with the witch either. And I'd say on day 23, so on day 23, my health was pretty good. Same with day 24. Not only have I expanded out a platform, I dismantled another house and continued building onto my platform. I just, I continued expanding there, but also my hunger was still, it was kind of mediocre. I just didn't want to get it down too low, because in hardcore, in Minecraft hardcore, you can actually, in the hardcore game mode, you could actually die of starvation. So I want to make sure I didn't do that. And then my health bar was actually pretty decent. It didn't get too low. It was, like, I'd say at 95% full health. So, yeah, my health bar on day 25 was 95% full health. So I didn't lose that many hearts, even when a shit ton of mobs spawn at once on my island at night, even though I didn't think they would. But, yes, overall, that was pretty good. I was just making sure. Honestly, the whole point of these 30 days was to just secure a choke point that will give me a good amount of loot. There was a blacksmith at this village, so I did get a couple of items. I was able to, make use of what was in the chest, and there were some other chests that had produce in it. Whenever I took damage or my hunger was tanking, I ate the food that I found at the village in one of the big houses, because that's where they keep, that's where they keep their produce, and that will regenerate, whatever can regenerate my hunger, I consumed. I also used some of the dirt blocks, so I was able to catch the dirt blocks when I expanded out to, or no, they were grass blocks, so I actually exploited this item. So on day 27, what I did is that the leftover bones that I was able to get from skeletons when they died in the mornings, I was able to use their bones to create bone meal. And then when my platform connected to the 2 grass blocks that were at the small house, I used the grass blocks, the bone meal grass, to get me seeds. And what I did with those seeds, I harvested the 2 dirt blocks. I used one of them for a tree farm, and then one of them for a basic, simple, cheap little wheat farm / potato farm / carrot farm. Basically, whatever I could use to make food that would regenerate my hunger, back, to a good, stable, secure state, so I wouldn't have to, starve to death. I just need to make sure that my hunger stays stable there, and I want to make sure my hunger stays stable. I'm not close to starving. I want to make sure I'm still able to sprint. So that's what I was trying to do when I was consuming these items. So yes, and So I also lived off of rotten flesh, despite the risk of you getting poisoned and getting hunger by rotten flesh. When I ate it, it actually increased my health bars, even though rotten flesh can lower your health bars back down. I was still able to heal back to full temporarily with the rotten flesh I got from dead zombies in the morning, and I was able to regenerate my health that way. So on day 28, I was back to full health because of all the items that I was able to consume. The farm fresh items that I was able to create with skeleton bone meal, and by harvesting one of the grass blocks, and also the rotten flesh that I was able to obtain with all the zombies that died in the morning. And by day 30, I was looking pretty stable and secure at my village. And yes, I was looking pretty stable and secure overall. And I was overall just pretty freaking happy. Like, you know, I was happy with my situation. I was stable and secure. And honestly, the whole point of those 30 days was to just not only build myself back up from where I started. You know, my old previous attempt, my 7-day challenge attempt, that world got deleted, but I was able to, you know, come back from that loss and rebuild a new world. And now I started fresh, started new, and, you know, that's a good thing. Not only was I able to do that, but I also was able to stabilize my home base, my home ground, my breeding ground, and I was able to stabilize and secure that. And so now I'm able to, you know, do other things. So I'm going to go back to the little glowstone, the infinitely generating glowstone island. I'm still going to use that. I'm going to harvest as many resources and materials from that so I could create more blocks, so I could expand to more villages, which is potentially more loot, and that could get me a lot in this series. So I definitely want to use as many resources as I can here. I want to, my goal for the next 30 days, the next challenge video I do, when it comes to this hardcore series, this whole hardcore challenge, what I want to do is, expand out more. I just want to keep going to villages until I'm able to find the right resources that I need so that I could travel to certain dimensions. Because keep in mind, I'm also playing on the 20W14A Infinity snapshot, so the April Fool's snapshot. So I want to try and keep expanding the villages, keep building out to villages, and just keep going to villages overall so I can get the resources that I need to expand, to expand my regions beyond the overworld and explore more dimensions so that I'm able to get the resources that I need so that my chances of surviving become much higher when I explore new places and new dimensions that have game-changing resources that can help me on a void-only world, basically, is what the island that I'm on is, a void-only world. I want to survive and thrive on it. And sorry, I cleared my throat on this video. My apologies. I want to make sure I'm talking clearly, but I want to survive and thrive and be stable and secure. And exploring and getting high-tier loot is what matters the most to me. So that's what I'm going to focus more on, expanding to another loot source, another village. That's what I'm going to do in the next part of this challenge. So I'm going to go to 60 days for the next, or actually no, I'm going to go to 90 days for the next one. And by that time, by the end of the 90-day mark here, I'm going to have explored I would explore new village. I would explore new village by day 90 on this world. Explore new village and use the resources from that and potentially start building out to another one. So that's my goal for the 90-day challenge video, which will be releasing, I think, a couple months after this one, after I knock out more videos before that comes out. But anyways, hopefully y'all enjoyed this one. Once again, sorry if there was no gameplay footage to this video. When I do surviving 90 days in a void-only world, when I do my next 3-block survival challenge video, the 90-day one, as I just talked about, I am going to be showing y'all gameplay footage for that. I will be showing gameplay footage for that. But anyways, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. And I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. More content coming out soon. And like and subscribe if you want to see more, as I just said once again. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces. Peace out. Later. Peace. Have a good one.